Hello. Okay, I'm going to take these two bits of rig here and I'm going to add them to the rig, which is hidden. Okay, and that leaves us just this lower arm here. Now I'm going to start building out my bolter over here on the underside. And I suppose really ideally for this I could do with isolating it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just start with these 6 polygons here. And there's no point in having moves, so I'll just turn off manipulate and just use the select tool rather than move and select. Okay, and this will allow me just to do this, which completely flattens them. Yeah. Another thing I'm going to do then is select my edges. Just let autosave do its thing. And then with these selected, as you can see, as long as I've got no overlapping polygons, I'll be fine. Yep, I'm fine. So now I've got a nice straight piece there, and then finally do these two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten those. Okay, now the bolter itself, depending on which reference you look at, it looks a bit like a twin-linked bolter that they're using. And so, what I'm going to do is take these 6 here, try to press the right button while I'm doing it, and use the select tool. Bear with me, brain getting slower, thinking is stopping. Right, bring that down to there, and we're going to clone it to the object at the moment and just call it bulk gun temp. That way I know that I'm going to add it onto this later on. Okay, now over here, I'm going to flip those. And this gives me a place to start from. Let's have a good look at this. Okay, I'm now ready. Shift, drag that down. And I think probably going to be easier to work in symmetry for the time being, so center my pivot to the object. It's quite relaxing working in symmetry actually anyway, so let's turn on symmetry. Whee, there it is. Okay, and go down here, turn on show end result. This means now that I can just work straight away down here. I think I've got turned on snap. Yeah, I have. Okay. Just start pulling my shapes out. It's going to take me a little while just to get the shape that I want. Bearing in mind that I also have to keep it within the kind of scale and confines of what I'm working with. Okay, that's fair. Let's move this across to the middle. There we go. And let's have a look at this. Because the overall width of this is probably something I'm going to have to bring down a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to take out this polygon here and here. Which will leave me with that shape. Actually, I'll take out this one again. And just kind of deciding where I'm going to go next with this. Again, just holding down shift while I do this part, as you can see in the top there. Brings that to about there. Now up here, do some minor adjustment here. and here. I'm going to bridge this like so. Now bring this one in. Getting nice and close. And I'm going to do a target weld. There we go. And that just kind of cleans up that part there for us a bit. Now at the back here, I'm just wanting to make sure that I get this part I'm about to do right. This is the kind of part of modelling that I really enjoy. Lots and lots of thinking on your toes. There we go, and just bridge that off. Okay, that's quite nice. It's giving us a good shape as well. Okay, next. I'm just really kind of trying to build a shape that's going to work for us in the long term here. Didn't quite select that piece right. There we go. Yeah, that should do that. And I'm going to bring this in a bit, just over here. And then bring this just out a little bit. And I can bridge this. Just gives us that nice shape at the end there. Okay, next. Pardon me. I do apologise if I sound like I'm deafening you. It's there we go. Bring that down to about there. Like so. Then I'm going to bring this in. Like that. And I'm going to move this again. Probably bring this up a little bit here. Just about there. And click bridge. There we go. That gives us that shape there. Right, now what I'm going to do is grab here and here. I'm going to bring that out to there. Because our actual loading mechanism is going to be at the back, you see. And actually, before I bring that out, I'll select this one and this one too. There we go. And that gives us that shape. Do a quick target weld here. There to that. This allows me to see if I need to move this too much more or not. Just a tiny bit, I think, should do it. There, that's fine. Now I can do a bridge inside here. Doing it this way, you see, means we can create some really quite exciting and complicated shapes. Okay, look over this shape again. I'm going to grab here and here and down to about there. Then I'm going to drag this up here. Okay, now let's look over here. And as you can see, we have actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides on this shape. I'll just bring these up a little bit. There we go. There we go. I think I'll just move this one up a little bit more. There we are. Okay, this way we're going to create the part where we're going to feed our magazine clip into. So what I'm going to do is grab here and here, hold shift, just pull these across. Back to start building out this shape that I'm going to need here now. Like so. I mean, this is just our first level of detail. This is by no means the kind of finished end clip. Okay, now over here. Close these up. Leave this bottom part here open for the time being. Close this one up. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Now then, have a quick look on the top of this. Just where this is. Grab here, 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 and here. Do a quick connect, and that'll give us this shape. Now then, if I want to extrude, I'd rather not, to be honest. I'll just delete these. Extruding tends to lose me a lot more control. Now I'm going to take this edge here and kill it. Okay. A lot more control doing things this way. Okay, and this will eventually kind of fasten in underneath here. Okay, let's have a look at the shape we've built so far. Not bad. Some interesting shapes, certainly. Okay, now I can start closing it up. There to there, and there to there, and bridge it. Now then, over here, as you can see, we've got some shapes I'm going to need to close up. Okay, now, normally there'd be a kind of pin that allowed you to pull to draw the weapon back. We don't have that because it's automated, so nonetheless what I'm going to do is extrude this down, scale it in just a little bit, like that, not too much, just try and keep the shape okay. Insert here, bring this back to about there, extrude it, and pull back, just slide it a bit like that. Okay, that's fine there. Let's continue closing up our shape as we go along. There. Must have had the wrong bit selected. Let's try that again. That's better. And there. Just ring that and do a quick connect. And then weld that. Just to get rid of the extra vert that I knew was in there. Now for the moment, I'm just going to cap this end. It'll save me time. And down here, where the magazine is going to go, I'll grab this and pull it down a little bit. Scale it in a bit, like that. And that. Okay, that's working fine. Now I want to go through this. Just there. Do a quick connect. I'm going to slide it back. Just about there. That means I can just, whoops, bridge those. Technically I should be able to bridge those, but it doesn't seem to want to let me at the moment. Let me try again. If not, then it's a vert error. There we go, bridged. Okay, now if I take this hole here, what I want to do is shift it up, like so. And then I'm going to scale it in a bit. Then I'm going to move it back again. Grab these top ones here and here. And I'll change the angle on this part as well, because it's too high. And then here and here. Okay, that should do that part. Now I'm going to do some straightening up, because this is all really wonky at the moment. There we go. And this one. Oops, got to use both sides at once, otherwise it doesn't work. There we are, and at the back here. Okay, and that straightens out the gap at the back there. Now at the front here, got a choice for the direction we can go. Just going to inset it a little bit. I'll use the bevel for this. Okay. And I think what's going to work better with this will be if I draw out a box about there, convert editable poly, and put it there, go to my front viewport. There's so many different designs of bolter that I'm not particularly concerned that I'm kind of creating my own. I'll make this an instance actually. Okay. Grow, Control I, delete. Ring, chamfer. Gives a much nicer shape doing it this way. Okay, and let's see. Got to be careful not to do any overlaps. That's like one of the last things you want really in this. Okay, now over here, delete this, and attach these. There to there, do a bridge. Try and get the right piece. There we go. Do one in the middle as well. We get to cap it here and here. There we go. Good thing with capping it there and there is I can then select here and here and do a small inset, which I'll select by vertex. Deselect this one and this one. Reason being, this is another trick you can do if you just want to save a little bit of time. Apply. Obviously I didn't deselect that one properly. You rascally thing. Let's have a look. I thought I had, but I hadn't. There we go. So again, chamfer. Okay, let's check them both. Because it allows you to do things like this basically. Where you can add new levels of detail to your model really easily. And then I can just knock on the bevel tool. Perhaps do a little bit more like this. Just a tiny bit. See? Very, very easy to add detail. Anyway, I'm not going to add that part in, I just wanted those recesses. That's because I think they look nice. Okay, so we've got the front chambers in, we've got the slider. We're going to place the magazine to come out at the back. So let's raise this up a bit now. Because this is of course all just one object anyway. Wait till this intersects. There's the intersection point. Alright, now attach it. Get rid of these 3 polygons. Then I'll turn on the interactive bridging tool. Eventually turn on the interactive bridging tool. One day. Oh, of course, I'm being remarkably dim. You can't bridge when the polygon's closed. Right, interactive bridging tool, take 3. Take 4.